Stargirl, episode 2. This show is getting even more interesting. It's even better, I think. There's a little bit more of her practicing with the staff, trying to get to know it. There's more backstory with Stripesy. He's trying to explain to her, uh, don't mess with the staff, stop talking with the staff, Starman's not your dad, all this stuff. Meanwhile, Brainwave is hunting for her. He questions his son. He's doing more research. He figures out that she's a student at the school. I think he finds a burnt ID or something like that. School ID. So he goes to it. There's like a special dinner at the school function. So he goes, and his son's like, we never go to these. He's going, of course, to find out if it's a student there or teacher there or what. And he's like trying to brain scan everybody. Apparently he's a doctor at the local medical facility. So it's hard for me to tell whether he was, as a doctor, was he really helping people with his mind powers? Is that what he was doing? I mean, they don't go into that. I mean, he had to be, as a doctor, he had to have been doing something to help people, you would think. But depending, I don't know what his job was at the hospital or medical. So he finds out, he sees her in the hall, or he catches a glimpse of her and he reads her mind, and then he follows her to the hall and he faces off with her in the hallway. And he's like talking to her with his mind. Like, why are you thinking about your dad? Oh, you're Starman's daughter. He's like figuring all this stuff out, right? And then she like distracts him or something happens and she gets away. But she's there with her stepdad. She doesn't call him. She calls him by his name. She didn't call him dad or stepdad or anything. But yeah, so he's got this robot. Well, it's like this old car that transforms into a robot that he sits in. And his plan is just to go face off with Brainwave himself. Seems unwise, right? And of course, she's determined. He tells her, don't touch that staff. Don't go near it again. She goes near the staff, ends up saving his hiney. There's a big fight at the end. And they're like, he can move stuff with his mind. They're like throwing cars at him with the robot. And he's just moving them away with his mind. They're like fighting in the school parking lot, I think. And they're like, destroy the school sign, and destroys a couple of the cars there. So it was a big fight at the end of this episode, which was pretty exciting. But then there's like he's going to try to do something like I think he's going to try to kill her with his mind, like some sort of like brain aneurysm or cause a blood vessel to burst or something. He's focusing on her. And then she barely manages to get the staff in her hand, the cosmic staff. And she like sticks it in his face. So he's like mind melding with the staff. The staff is doing something to his brain. Who knows? He's like unconscious or in a coma after that. So they just drop him off at the hospital. And the nurse says something interesting, I thought was, she said, the person who would be highly qualified to help him is already in there, meaning him. So that implies to me that he is able to help people with mental disorders or mental help. So I'm trying to figure out what happened 10 years ago with the fight, right? An article I read online said that was an attack on the JSA headquarters, and the bad guy showed up. So, like, what have they been doing all this time? What are their plans? What are their evil plans, their machinations? What are they doing that's bad? So far, we haven't seen, the good guys do hardly anything good and the bad guys do hardly anything bad. So still trying to figure that out, I guess. So anyway, the show's great. I like the show. It's exciting so far. 2 episodes in. We'll see if the writing's good. The budget is good. The actors are good. We'll see if that keeps up. So if you like my content, please like, subscribe. Thank you.